Okay, everyone, this is Sheets, and we're going to go over the Fonner Park card today. And again, a little shout out to Fonner Park, small little track in Nebraska who's really, they're really making a nice name for themselves during this, this kind of off time for horse racing. Hopefully when there's a choice between that and other tracks that Fonner will still continue to, get support, and certainly from the local community, because it looks like a really nice track. And also, it's good, has a good social media presence, really trying to attract kind of the younger crew, which is great. So again, for those of you that want to wager, you could go to XpressBet, XpressBet.com. And if you want to sign up, you could use promo code TRUEDFS, TRUEDFS. Again, this is just the place that I've been wagering on for the last, there are plenty of places to wager, but this is my favorite. Let's put it that way. So today there is a pick five carryover, that late pick five, 155,000, but it is a jackpot carryover, which means that, 30% of the pool is dedicated to paying out the single winning ticket. In other words, if you're the only person to hit five, then you get that whole 30%. And if not, that 30% carries over. And I do think that today is a really terrible jackpot card. In other words, if you want to try to hit that jackpot, I really think it's going to be split between a whole bunch of people. So it's probably bad value to bet this pick five, unless you think that you could have such a big edge with that 30% gone. And that's very difficult. It means you have to have almost about a 40 to 50% edge on the field. But for those of you that are into it, I mean, you could still take a shot. But I think the majority of today's value is just going to come from the individual races. So I'm going to go over who I like. And again, people seem to like it this way for now. Just me telling you who I like, who I think is good value, and then not getting too deep into the analysis of things, which I can do in other videos later, I suppose. So there are a couple of decent things throughout the day. So in the first race, the favorite, the 5, is fine, but like right now is 1 to 2, but it's still like an hour and a half before post time, so this can change. There could be late scratches, but I think that the 1 and the 4, Behold to Dancer and Ms. Jackie, both have very decent shots to win here. So if these odds are even remotely like this, I think you could key the 1 and the 4 in daily doubles and pick threes, and in the early pick 5, which is not a jackpot. That's just your regular pick 5. So I think the first race you do have value with the 1 and the 4. I would not bet the 5 here at 1 to 2. And again, the only reason I would ever bet the 5 here at 1 to 2, like for example, is if I really, really loved something in these later races and I just wanted to hook it up with some others. But even still, I would stay away from this 5 as a big favorite. Second race, I think there are 2 horses that I like, and one of them is much longer than the other one. So it's going to be the 5 Ticker and the 6 Wits Data Link. And again, as you can see from the odds, at least the morning line odds, 6 rates to be, if not the favorite, close to it, and Ticker at 6 to 1, one of the longer shots in the race. So I do think that they both have almost equal chances to win. So if you want a good, good value bet, I would say, take the 5 Ticker. So if you really wanted to be, just not say overvalue, but to really just leverage your value, you do something like in that first race, you would do like a daily double with the 1 and the 4, Behold the Dancer with Ms. Jackie, and use the 5 Ticker. But then what you can do, obviously, is you look at the exact daily double odds and make sure you're getting good odds on them. And I went in other videos just to kind of determine how to do that. But I think that it's safe to say that if you do 1-4 leg 1 with the 5, probably getting some really, really good value. But I think that you could also play the 6 here. So these are the 2 horses that I like. The third race, the 6 is fine. Pure Gold Money is going to be the most likely winner. Rates to be kind of a lukewarm favorite. It's really not a good betting race here at all. I would just probably stay away from this one. The fourth race, there's, again, I don't think there's any great shakes here, but I think that what you can do is safely throw out the 1. In other words, the 1 Buster Brown Boy is a really, really bad favorite. So what you can do is focus on beating that. And my favorite horse in this race is going to be the 3 American League, who is, I think, the most likely winner in the race. And, if it does go off not the favorite, I think that, you could probably use him. And again, as long as you don't use the 1, I think you're fine. You want to use the 2, the 4, and the 5 underneath the 3. That's fine in exactas. I don't like the 7 at all. I don't think 7 has any chance whatsoever. So I think it's between these middle horses, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I would not use the 1, and I'd probably key the 3 in this race. So far, nothing too exciting, but that's just the way it goes. The 5th race, there's one horse I think is a pretty good value here. Probably the most likely winner, and if he goes off remotely like 8-1, I think that's kind of a steal. And that's Otani, the 8 horse. For you DFS baseball players, I don't know if it was named after Otani, but in any case, he's the most likely winner here, and he's 8-1. So I think that you can certainly key him. The 3 and the 9 are actually just decent chances to get in this number here. The thing is, again, with this race, just like the previous one, I think the 1 is just a really bad favorite at 5-2. So that's really the key here, is beating this. But I do like this 8, Otani, as most likely winner, and he's going to be 1, 2, 3, maybe the fifth choice in the race. So you have inherent good value there. The 6th race, I think 2 horses are really good values here. And that's going to be the 4 Flanagan at 10-1 morning line, and the 7 Thunderbox. So I don't know which one I prefer, but I think that you could play both of them just because of the odds. So I would say Flanagan at 10-1 and Thunderbox. So what you're getting here is what I like to call good middling value. In other words, I don't think you're going to get big enough long shots to kind of hit this pick 5 by yourself. But you're getting enough like mid-range value where you could bet like exactas, pick 3s, win, stuff like that. 7th race, I think there's kind of a lock here, and I honestly don't believe he's going to be close to this price. So you are going to have to look to see. But I think this Dobie at 9-2 is, I'm going to look real quick while I'm on here. This is pretty, I don't want to say a lock, but close enough. This is clearly the most likely winner, and it's not the favorite. That's kind of an easy one to key here. So Dobie, the 4 horse in 7th race. And in the 8th race, I look at this a couple of times. I do think that the 2 is certainly the most likely winner and it is the favorite also. So you're not going to get great value there. I'm just kind of looking, and I don't know if I want to try to beat it. But then on the other hand, if I do say start a daily double in the first leg with these horses like Dobie, if he's long somehow, then I don't want to lose the late double because I singled this 2 horse. I do think that the Witch Dollar Night is the most likely winner. I wouldn't go out of my way to pound on it as the favorite, but if he certainly drifts up to 3-4-1, I certainly wouldn't mind. So what I'd probably do is, I definitely think the 2 is, my favorite in the race, but I'd probably I don't know what I'm going to do. I think that first thing I'm going to do is I'm certainly in the 6th and 7th race going to use this Flanagan and Thunderbox, but then and then use that with Dobie. That's probably the way I'm going to do it. I have to say that's probably my best advice from this card is to just this daily double here. You use Thunderbox and Flanagan, and then you hook this up with Dobie. I think those are going to be pretty good prices. And then if you want, I think my 3rd best pick, if you want to know the truth, is going to be this Otani. If he goes off at 8-1 in the 5th race. So you could do a pick 3 where you do, like, for example, you can just use Otani here, and then the 4 and the 7, and then with Dobie here. And you could do that for as little as 50 cents, makes it for $1, or you can do it for obviously as much as you want. But that's the way I would kind of attack this card. Is these three races right here in a row are really, really strong. So that would be where I would kind of focus. Now again, just in case you wanted to do this, if you want to do a pick 5, so let's create a pick 5 where you can have a chance to win, and then we'll do one where you're going to try to win the whole pool. So here, so for example, let's just pick everybody I liked in these races. So let's say you like Otani, and then let's for the hell of it throw in these long shots here, just for kicks. And then here, Flanagan Thunderbox for sure, Dobie for sure. Now let's just say we were going to go, for example, just the 2-horse. Here for 50 cents, you can get all this for only, for $12. Now the problem is you're really never going to win this all by yourself. Like, even if the longest shots that you have, like let's say you hit the 2 and the 4 here, and then you hit these 2 15-to-1s, and then a 10-to-1 here, and then maybe you get, see, that's not going to do it for you. What you're going to have to do if you really want to win this whole pool is do something like you go all here, and then I guess just using those 3 is fine. But then even still, you have to almost definitely throw out this favorite here. What you have to do is throw out favorites unless they're kind of locks, right? But even still, again, what we're trying to do is just find a ticket that was going to be unique. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to find one today. You'd have to get rid of probably Wild Drive. And even still, I mean, I don't think you're going to be able to win this thing all by yourself. So what I would focus on is, again, if you want to play the pick 5 and try to presume you have 50% edge, that's cool. But this early pick 5, you might be a little bit better off. And that middle range pick 3, like races 5, 6, and 7 that we talked about, Ohtani with Flanagan with this Dobie, I think that's a good way to kind of key into today's card. That's it. Hopefully we do well, and hopefully there's more sports soon that we don't have to just do horse racing. But until then, I'll see you later.